looking at global risk generally, the economy globally, Nigeria stands is at risk of considering the fact that the intentions of savings are not very clear with the government. This is a quote by Razia Khan, head of Africa research at Standard Chartered. He believes that Nigeria should be more focused on savings rather than expenditure. The budget as it stands, or the proposal as it stands, do you think that is in plan?
Well, it's already implied, although I agree that we should focus on savings. But savings is not necessarily with the government, because most countries that have developed rapidly, the percentage of their savings to GDP is extremely high. If you look at the Asian tigers, they save a lot. But savings is not only by government, savings also by people. All right, so people should put aside some of the things, their income and what have you. But the environment has to be right. Okay? But if you look at government savings, for example, if there's a lot of disagreement about whether it should be 75 or 80, sorry. But we are not earning $18 per barrel. We are earning much more than that. And I think that really, the excess, if it's properly saved and properly deployed, should make a difference.
Okay. And just before you go, Prof, we're running out of time here, because there's a lot of focus on this budget. And then the question is, what about the states? They've got budgets too. Isn't it important in contributing to the growth of the economy?
Well, yes, it is. Where you have differences in states and their revenues are quite different, sources of revenues are quite different. In a federal system, the states have to be given freedom, to budget according to the economic and political peculiarities of their state. What the federal can do, which we have not been able to do through our fiscal revenue allocation system, is to be able to influence the states in what they spend the money on, particularly the federal allocation. We've not been able to do that. If you look at the American system, you'll see that the grant system is very, very enforced.
Yes, we heard that.
And the grants are specific grants. They are certain grants to do certain to accomplish that. We have a little bit of that, the ecology fund and everything, but is it being enforced? The superb primary education grant, are they being enforced, implemented? So those are the problems. So if you have a federal system that is well coordinated and respected by the states, then we shouldn't have dysfunction between states' budget and federal budget.
All right, then. Okay, we have to let it go there. Thank you very much indeed for speaking with us this morning.
Thank you.
Professor Olasheni Akintola Bello, public finance analyst, speaking with us about the 2013 budget proposal. Well, let's get back to you before we wrap it up here, because the states, that's also an integral part here, because there's a lot of focus on this budget, and because the states, they're also there, they've got budget, they should be creating jobs. You think they've been doing much more than you expect?
Definitely the states are supposed to be closer to the people. Even when I was reading this budget and looking at the highlights, and I saw that the amount provided for agriculture was a little bit low, I thought as much that the states would be able to take care of that in their budget, because they too will be receiving money from the federation account. Apart from that, there are also revenue to generate, internally generate revenue in the various states. So they should be able to do more. However, having said that, if you look at what has transpired since 1989, where we have governors that, corruptly enrich themselves, and none of them has been brought to book except the one that was arrested abroad. I think the fear here is that the governors are chief executives of the states, and they use the fund the way they like. So
but
it has not got
a state assembly.
The state assembly is there. All these things, when you bring in the factor of corruption, you see that the whole idea is negated. But I think the state should be able to do more to complement the federal government.
So should we be optimistic with this budget proposal?
The budget, if you look at it, the revenue, the 4.92 trillion is for the federal government. By the time you look at the revenue sharing formula. Almost about that will also go to the states. So the states will be able to also do more
Well, maybe less, because you know the revenue allocation formula is not exactly even. The federal government still gets a huge chunk, and the states will get 27% or thereabout all put together.
But they also have IGR, like states like Lagos State. Their IGR is
which is one of like the very few that's got a very high
and the
IGR.
oil producing states, because of the percentage you get. So even the worst state in Nigeria still get money, a lot of money. You know, they should be able, they are closer to the people. They should be able to do more if we have credible people, you know,
okay. Thank you for
at the
coming
state
on.
level.
Mr. Samuel is an economist, and we're talking about the budget here today.